This is pure evil. The Austrians have surrendered, and the Sardinians are basically full occupying the Andalusia.
Yeah, Andalusia did not come out well from this. They're going to want to piece out Andalusia as soon as possible, take what they want, although I don't know if they've decided what that'll be. And then I think Austria becomes Milanese. Milan's stuck in 3 wars right now. He's got the Delian one going on. There's still Yemen. Yemen's being pushed back thanks to the power of the ecumenical soldiers. And oh my, Benin is flooding into Yemen. That Yemeni capital of Shawa is taken. I wonder if Benin wants to grab that capital to force Yemen out to, well, essentially out of Africa.
Make Africa green again was his goal.
Was that their motto? Well, they could well be doing that. They've taken the ageability, which means they have unrestricted coring cost, unrestricted coring distance rather. So they could actually just take that big chunk out of Yemen, and then that's game, set, and match for Yemeni holdings in Africa, which are the bulk of their holdings, because after the Jerusalemite menace came down and stripped them of their coastline in Arabia, they don't have a whole lot over there. In fact, if we look at the development map mode, it's scorched red compared to the balmy orange that they can enjoy in Africa.
The challenge for Delhi, though, is that their victory, they're having their ones, and they have all their ones in the east, so they're gonna be keeping that one for a long time.
I'm not so sure about that one. Could be forced out of them. Besides, it really matters when they lose it.
It's all level 8 forts in the southeast of Delhi. Is there?
Oh yeah, they don't want to lose that. But the thing is, they might be forced to. Caligula Caesar says no peace with the backstabbers. Is he calling Andalusia a backstabber? I'm unsure what he means by that. Oh wow, 92% siege progress on Samana. I think it's being propped up by all the bodies from the fights that have been there previous. Down it goes. Yeah, that shell has been cracked. Delhi is just a fort away. If they make their way down to Batiana, that's that. Delhi is taken a step back. They are able to reinforce everything, but I think that's the last time they'll manage that. Ooh. Daniel's complimenting Yemen, saying they fought really well, but that doesn't change the fact that they took him out. Never checked here, but it's actually Mainz that is the center of the revolution. And the revolution spreads ever further. Revolutionary zeal at 58.57 over there.
Yeah, it's peace with Andalusia. They lost Barcelona and Girona.
There we go. The Sardinian Piedmont spreads. Doesn't look like Andalusia lost that much though. No, far from it. Very far from it. I mean, Sardinia Piedmont, I'm sure, is happy to get anything they can. They did grab Barcelona out of all of that. But now Austria's on their own, minus 100% war score, and it's time for Milan to take what they want to take. Note that Jerusalem has occupations on Athens and the like. I think Jerusalem wants that back after having taken that early on and having retaken from them by the Ottomans. Snap back to Delhi here. Delhi is remobilizing. They want to push. They want to push back as best they can. Although with all those forts now taken, it's not looking too great for them. They don't have what it takes to sustain this warfare, and it seems like their attackers aren't wanting to drop out. All the while, the Ming is poised and ready as the military hegemon. That is ticking up. We're at 10% with that already. Alright, there we go. Delhi's going in. They do not want to lose Sirhind, but I think they will. Look at all the attackers pouring in on that. Genoa didn't get the memo, but I don't think they need to at this point. Oh, that's interesting. We have Timurid cannons on the back line. That means there aren't the Prussian cannons. They're going to be pounding away with their 144% discipline the whole time. That might work to the Delian advantage, actually. Could be bad for them that the Timurids are involved this much.
And the Prussian army, there's a Prussian army just waiting.
Yeah, they're poisoned. It's pure infantry. They probably want to come in once the reserves have mostly been peeled through in the fight. But infantry does not last long on the brutal battlefields of northern India. European men sent to die down here. How many have fallen already? We're getting close to 5 mil.
Yeah, but the front lines are collapsing for Delhi.
Yeah, those Prussian cannons are in. They're blasting away. It's cannons on the front line for Delhi, and for that, they are down, they are out, and they are at a roughly 130,000 manpower deficit. Even their mercenary units here are going to be drinking through manpower like mad.
But they are also out of the money.
It's kind of phenomenal that India, or Delhi rather, of all nations, would be hurting on money. He took out a lot of loans to build up fortifications, that's fair. But the deficit from reinforcing all those is crushing him. Maybe, well, I guess he's fighting against Brazil, who is the economic hegemon. So it's really showing. Early on, I thought that Delhi was in a real shot for becoming the hegemon, but nope. And Delhi have thrown in the towel. They figure that was the last fight that they could afford to take. They lost out. Their troops are exiled. They have surrendered. And now the Timurids, who started this war, know about the unconditional surrender and are probably putting their piece together.
If I'm them, I'm taking Lahore.
If I'm them, I'm thinking, what does it take to form the Mughal Empire?
Yeah, but Lahore is
Goa.
a free K victory card. They will get the free K. They are in no position to challenge the Commonwealth. And if they have that free K victory card, that's minus 1,500 for...
Yeah, they could certainly go for that. They got a 2,000 on Hungary if they really wanted to pursue that as well. They've got their Iraq Arabi 1,000 one. And there's a 4K they have on Austria. This could be the late game surge for Timurids in score. But they should really take Lahore, and I'm not sure if they... Oh, right, there's some changes happening over in Bengal. The Bengal Delta, or West Bengal, has been transfer occupation to Japan. Possibly part of a deal to get Japan's involvement here. Certainly a way to strip some score off of Delhi. If they just take a wee bit of that off of Delhi, that's going to crush Delhi out of the front runners. Interesting point for Japan to take, but at least Japan has the navy to pop over there and help it. See somebody in chat saying you need to declare war upon Japan, not feed it. Well, that's what Japan is playing, right? They know that they can join in a war and guarantee that the side they join will win on the naval fight. I mean, here they are right now taking that naval fight against Delhi. Japan have the admirals, the fleet, and the fleet quality to take down everything they're up against. Oh man, they're even taking out the poor Delian flagship.
I find it funny how people are going like, who cares about the naval stuff? It's all decided on land in EU4. And then we have a player that basically went exploration, naval ideas, maritime ideas, economic trade. He has 2 military ideas in quality and offensive, and he's focused entirely.
Yeah, and that has allowed Japan to project their power around the world. Okay, the peace has been made with Delhi, and whoa, not sure I like these borders. Well, I'm certain that I don't. But let's see what's happened here. It doesn't look like they've taken Lahore. No, they have not. They've only taken a little bit of it. Japan is now denying 2 victory cards off of Delhi, so Delhi's score is going to plummet. But the Timurids
can form the Mughal Empire if they have a core on Delhi.
Yep. They just need to core up Delhi and Lahore. Or Doaba or any of that. Then they can full-on Mughlify. And what'll that be? That'll be mission tree, ideas, lots of permanent claims. But the thing is, this doesn't really crush Delhi. Right, Delhi still has a lot of maximum manpower. If they pay off their loans, they still have loads of money coming in. I don't reckon Timurids could round 2 that. I reckon Delhi could bounce back and hurt them badly for it, especially since they still have Nepal there, who's unhurt.
Yeah, but still, I think Delhi's out of the running of top 3 from this. Because it's like, I think Japan is number 1. Brazil, no, it depends on how victory cards go. Japan or Brazil. And then Ming and Commonwealth.
I see Delhi fighting again for those cards. I see maybe 20 years from now, Delhi fights Japan and Timurids to get those back, because Japan might win on the seas, but I don't think Japan can defend this victory card. And unless Timurids maintains those alliances, and those alliances are willing to help Timurids out again, I reckon Delhi could turn around and crush Timmy. But again, that depends on others staying out of it. Milan wrapped up their war with Austria, and they did not give Morea to the Knights, or to Jerusalem. I kind of thought they would. No, they took it for themselves, but they still leave some odd gaps in the borders here. I see some Adriatic coastline. We have Milanese Dalmatia here.
If I'm the Timurids now, I would just move my armors back and I would attack Austria and take...
Yeah, take that victory card off of Austria is a good move for them. But Delhi has someone else to worry about that now, and that's the Ming. The Ming are still ticking up 20% on military hegemon. I reckon next session Starnan is going to activate on the Delhi and take his victory cards. Ming's score gain from that is pretty damn good. They're already in 2nd place. I don't think they can fight out against Japan unless they grab 3 of their victory cards, really. Let's remind ourselves where those Ming victory cards are. 3,000 and 4,000, both on Delhi. They got a 2,001 over on Timmy, and a 1,001 over on Japan. Yeah, good luck getting that Japanese one. Could be done. Could well be done. There's a question coming in asking to look at the religious map mode. I'll just zoom out and look at that whilst I enjoy what's left of my drink. And then another. Ooh, Brazil's taking on Suriname. Unsure what's going on with that. Suriname was subject to Andalusia for some time.
It's still a colony of Andalusia.
Yeah, but it's AI Brazil's going for it. No, there's an alliance between Brazil and... wait, what? Was an alliance between Brazil and Andalusia. United States, they're involved in the war against Suriname, perhaps trying to migrate now that Mexico has cleaved off half their country. But Mexico remains on that border over in the aptly named Peaceville. Is that really a place? Really? Mexico isn't bothering making claims or anything like that, just going for it. Alright, former France Sonora is offering knowledge sharing down to Brazil. So these two are really tied close together. If I'm Brazil, I'm wondering how long does that last, because I would really want that victory card off of former France. Good land to be had. Yeah, everything's Brazil, chat. It's all about Brazil. I mean, after what they've done, how could you disagree? As for Brazil, though, could they get that victory card? Would they need to get that victory card? Because as we enter the final decades, and this is where it gets decided. Revolutionary Commonwealth's looking pretty good on that. But are they gonna get what it takes to make their way up?
14,000% stronger navy.
Well, compared to the Delian Navy, I'm not surprised by that. We can see that for ourselves. Here we go. Japanese.
Japan keeps building ships.
He has no reason to stop. No reason at all.
There's no army.
Oh, the Japanese.
No, there's like 100k, 200k.
Yeah, but Japan does not thrive on its army. It'll throw it in for a fight if it needs to, like in the fight against Delhi. But we got more green on the map. Mughals have entered the fray. Their core is done on Delhi and Lahore, and they have permanent claims on pretty much all of Delhi. Terrifying stuff. It's funny because the Mughals tends to be one of those nations you see really early. Timurid's successor, guns down those lands, Mughalifies, and then it's all you can eat in India. But here, they've formed exceedingly late 18th century Mughals.
And they have enormously great ideas, in my opinion.
Great
Or
ideas.
at least
Massive mission tree to enjoy. Yeah, he's gone for Mughal ideas. Discipline, extra free military policy. Tax, core creation. It's a good time to be Mughal. It's always a good time to be Mughal. And at least it's a lot clearer what the border between Nepal and Mughal is. Pointed out by Mr. Patman. I like that green. Many Prussians died for it.
for Estonia. You can admire their last army standing trying to defend Ösel when the revolutionary...
All right, yeah, but somebody's coming to attack. Yeah, Landshut is coming to destroy them.
This looks so beautiful. They're like
Fight
yellow
Estonia.
and blue, or gold and yellow, and they're fighting, and they're like outnumbered.
And now they're all dead. Well, Reval holds on, 78%. No, it's not long for this world. Goodbye, Bastonia. You will be missed, but you've been taken over by the Revolutionary Commonwealth. I'm impressed, yeah. Revolutionary Commonwealth have kept Landshut around this whole game. And fed them a decent amount of Greater Salzburg land. Rip Estonia. Yeah, to both of our esteemed Estonian viewers, this is your moment.
Suriname is destroyed. Vermont has a colony down there. And Brazil is basically occupying it. Guess we can say, bye-bye Andalusia. You're no longer a second-rate power.
They tried. Andalusia got beaten back early on in the early wars against Castile. They made a hell of a comeback, but from there they stagnated, and I think that was the major problem for them. They launched a war against Timbuktu and Benin that did not work out too well, and from there they did not really further expand, so they've been left there not growing whilst other powers certainly do. Okay, there we go. Estonia is now assimilated into the Greater Commonwealth Society. Andalusia's got looming disaster now. It's going to be internal conflicts for them soon. Alright, are we coming close to the Mexican war against the US again? I'm hoping yes. Their units are on the border there. That truce is gone in 5 years. Somebody's asking about Japanese presence in Italy again. Yes, Japan got these provinces back off of Papal State as payment for getting involved in the big war. And I don't think the Wiz would have given up these provinces if he had any other option in it, but he had to make good on his deal there. Japan couldn't really fight for these realistically. The Japanese army is neither large nor particularly strong. If we check it out here, well, that's decent discipline. That morale, though, can be outshadowed by many other Europeans, but the sheer number game would not be in his favor. Doesn't even have a 250,000.
There's like Benin and Hanover and Brazil is bigger, and Mexico.
Oh yeah, Mexico can't really project that power, but he doesn't need to. He's got. Oh right, Mexico has grabbed San Francisco and the land up to it. So Mexico's score is now going to be looking a whole lot better. They're at 10,000. With California, they're up at 14,000. Where's that going to put them on the scoreboard? I don't want ages. I want full-on score here. They're going to enjoy 3rd place with that, and if Delhi continues to diminish, even 2nd place is on the cards. But I think Ming will gain enough for that.
Japan and Brazil is ahead, and Brazil is taking far more than Mexico. So between Mexico, Commonwealth, and Ming for the.
I didn't have players checked, so Brazil was out of my sights there. Yeah, but if Delhi continues a downward trend, and that they could if Ming comes for them. Mexico is looking all right. It's going to be hard to dethrone Ming, Brazil, and Japan, though. Very hard.
Well, Japan can be the kingmaker.
In a sense, they have. They've rolled into whatever war suits them the best.
Yeah, but if you're looking at it, if you consider the aspect, is that the one that's most properly defendable, it's not Japan, it's Ming. Because Ming has no victory cards.
Yeah, you can't actually dethrone Ming by taking away victory cards because they don't have any to take away. In fact, Ming kind of sits there with the prime opportunity to land grab their victory cards at the very end of the game. They should definitely be gunning down the ones from Delhi. I don't think many people will contest that, but they could also gun both Hungary and Japan because Japan can't fight Ming on the mainland. The thing about fighting Japan at this point is that Japan probably has a lot of favors that they could call in. Awful lot, says Mughals. I respect you, but bah humbug. What could he mean by that? Could I get a slight boost on the game volume, if that's possible, Nurgle? It's a really nice track playing right now, and I want to enjoy it. You know what? We have the power. Let's start it again. Daniel was called into a war against the puny Netherlands. How and why they're still alive, I do not know. Not sure I want to know.
Well, they have Fernando Po and Benin.
Yeah, I think that might be all they have. Oh, no, no. They have 3 whole provinces, including Fernando Po. But Brazil wants it. A lot of the other islands that they did have, Japan has already moved in and taken. Yeah, Japanese, the Japanese are all across the world here. They got that little bit of a holdout. Ooh. They've actually taken a bit of land from what I assume Mexico had before, but there's a Zapotec there.
their victory. Probably.
Now, interestingly, Sonora is using the ability that they have for unrestricted conquest to go and take the Fox off of Vermont. So Vermont, trying to protect their little nation there, I think is working against them. Or is it? No, the US are in there. What is going on? US got to the Fox before Sonora did. Come on, Mexico. It's just a few more years. D Panther in chat's asking a question that nobody really wants to answer. That's why would anybody want Ohio? Okay. Hungary's been playing real quiet this session. They have not gone and struck out to try and take the Emperor of China mantle for themselves. But given Ming's new power, there's no way they'd be winning on that. They might have their little show of force of 50,000 on a fortified Liangzhou province there. But the Ming are so militarily powerful now. At least in terms of numbers. Their morale not looking so hot. Military drill is just about all they've got for that, but they've been... well, they've not been fighting a lot, so army tradition's down and out. They're no doubt just waiting for this to build up, though. United States at war. United States at war with Sonora. The US subjugated the Fox, and for that, they have ended up at war with Sonora. Just Sonora for now. I don't know if Mexico can or will get involved. Oh, but Sonora's moving in. Alright, come on US, this is your last chance to, I don't know, save yourself. Alex Ivan is declining calls for peace. He says, nah, let's have a war. Alright, pick your sides on this fight. Sonora boasts a standing army of 72k. The United States boasts a standing army of 26 guys. And they're all in the Fox. Okay, awesome song's over. Down goes the...
I think Sonora will win it.
Alright, had my fun with the music, Nurgle. Thanks a lot. Okay, Sonora is mobilizing through the Mexico just when the United States thought that their biggest problem were the Mexicans coming in. In come the Californians. It just gets worse and worse for the East Coast. Well, they've built up a fort here and there. But I think Memphis is going down. I think New Gloucestershire's going down. That's... what's the United States Army to do? Well, I guess they weren't stuck in the Fox, but it was quite amusing for them all being stuck in Ohio there. Gotta remember...
well, we have players in the player wars. We have a huge war of timber.
Oh my. And I spy a Japan getting involved here. The Papal Japanese War. I guess...
Pope with Great Britain against Japan.
Amusingly though, I believe that's AI Pope.
Yeah.
AI Pope has decided that surrendering Firenze to Japan is a no-go, and that could be causing a bit of a stir now, because that is the Papal State with Benin, GB, and Sardinia Piedmont against Japan, and the Mughals.
And the British is called in, and they're sinking Japanese fleets for logs.
Okay, now the Mughals are being invaded by His Holiness.
And all the Mughal armies are in the east.
Should set AI settings, do not declare wars. Okay, the Mughals are mobilizing. Can they take down the Papal State? The Pope is well led here. So is the Mughal man. And he comes with his mercenary army. Ooh, man, they cleaved through that. Was this just not fortified? I guess he has little reason to fortify this area since it was supposedly safely on the border there. But down it goes. Frozen Yakman saying that it was a tactical internet problem.
Japan is no longer hegemon.
What happened there? Did he lose his fleets?
He white pieced out with the papacy.
Ah.
Yes, you should never accept a white piece because that's a loss of your. And
Interesting moves by the AI here, really ruffling the feathers.
Japan has he has lost hegemony, so he cannot become a hegemon.
Taking a white piece. Ooh. 17 dimension chess by AI Pope. All right, now the Mughals have to deal with the Papal invasion, and that Pope won't want to peace out anytime soon. His core land is safe, got no reason to, and unfortunately for Mughals, the Pope hits hard.
It doesn't matter if you're a war leader or whatever, Kaiser. If you sign any peace where you're not getting anything, you're not a hegemon. You're just passive country. If it's a white piece, you lose hegemony.
Nothing more traitorous to a world than a pacifist. All right, in comes the Mughals. They've mobilized what they can, because they need to take this fight with the Pope. Otherwise, the Pope's not going to want out anytime soon. The Pope's invading down, and the thing is, Mughal was completely unprepared for invasion on this side. I imagine, he had a long friendship with Yemen. He had agreements with the Pope and Jerusalem. Why worry about this area? And now it's under attack.
And it until 1792 lost hegemony for Japan, which means that they have a penalty as well.
Ooh, that's going to be hurting for them.
10 extra power costs for everything for a long time. For 20.
Yeah,
So
do not have the modifier lost hegemony.
I really do not want to give up a hegemony because it's really, really bad.
Here we go, we got lost hegemony, all power cost. There we go. Okay, looks like the nations are trying to wipe peace out in this. Sucks for the Mughals, though. He's not even the target of this war, but he's the one that's currently getting papal stated. But now Japan has an interesting question. How is he going to get this back off of the Pope? Because even if it's AI Pope, he's got a lot of men that he can throw locally.
Japan do not have, they need to have more than 250 ships. They have 860, so they can get it.
Yeah,
but they lost all those nice progress in.
Yeah, they'll need to build it up, and this is also going to slow down their accumulation of score for a little bit.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Yeah, because they are nowhere near the top when it comes to military. They're only 10th. Good on Diplo, so all the Navy, and so on the admin. Oh, pretty good. But yeah, their accumulation got hit hard by that, and that could be opportunity for the likes of Ming or Brazil or Delhi.
Because for every month, Ming is getting 10 and Brazil is getting 12 more. That's
going to add up.
That's per year. That's 100 per year. That's 2K difference.
I'd be full of admiration if the Starnan takes this opportunity as Ming to bring the fight to Japan. But I'm just egging on for the Starnan to activate. I think it would be great to see what it can do with all that power.
Brazil will score by them.
Yeah, Brazil's in a great place to end up number one. I can't ever think of when we've had a Portuguese player end up in getting a trophy out of this? Can you remember a strong Portugal?
I think we've seen Portuguese players getting trophies. I'll dig into all the old results.
Because Brazil, despite an early defeat at the hands of the Castilians in this campaign, they turned it into something impressive by grabbing Brazil. Plenty of gold that flooded their early game. That's the funny thing. Early game, Brazil went so heavy in on the gold income, and late game they end up as an actual economic hegemon. That's how you put gold to use. I think Keel was trying to talk to somebody in private chat, but it's coming out in public too late. What are these offers? Oh, Japan is going for Rome. Hey, he really wants that. And since the Mughals are keeping the fight going, I think the Papal troops are not in position to deal with that.
Get the statistics from the first sessions. The first campaign I've stored is from 2013, where Martin won as France, Karsten as Russia, and Tobias as Netherlands was third. I was fourth as Morocco then. Portugal did fifth. The second session, Portugal ended up as eighth. The third one, Portugal won by Forza. Karsten won as Portugal. France was second. That was the game I ended up in Ming and ended up fifth. But Portugal won.
Portugal winning, that's pretty impressive. And hey, we could see that again.
Empire. Then Portugal was not top 20 in the next one, in the Common Sense campaign. Cossacks campaign, Portugal ended up 10th. That was when Bakhwanis won and I was Mughal, so I was second, the evil Indian combination. Portugal, I don't see them. Fourth in the 2016 one. And I don't have any statistics of that one in this document, but Portugal has been ranked back then as one of the most powerful nations. But there was usually Burgundy, France, Venice was the best nations back then. And Spain, Prussia, Russia was there. Portugal always doing good.
And there's been a lot of dev clashes over the ages.
I don't even know which one this is.
I'm not sure anyone has count on them. Like, it could easily be the 10th or so.
And we don't even count of all the old EU4 ones as well. We didn't stream them though.
I think the first one I saw was a March of the Eagles clash going on.
Oh yeah.
Alright, for some reason there was some yelling at Vermont early on. Vermont's gotten involved in the war against Sonora. Mexico continues to sit idly, but that changes this year. If former France can just hold out a little longer, Mexico is about to unload a lot of unpleasantness on the United States, and I think they know it. They've got their troops shored up in Kentucky and let's just say Nashville, waiting for that truce to finish up. That's when Mexico comes knocking, it's the United States' knees that are going to be knocking together, because I think they're ready for it. They are more than ready for it. It's the only player war going on right now, though.
Well, our hero is he's losing all of Middle East to the Pope.
Yeah, the Pope is really ravaging them right now. Japan managed to, is seemingly taking over the Papal States at the moment. And what is it? Session end already? Where'd the time go? USA today. What do you have for us?
God bless, for one thing. We have a series of desperate battles which don't always succeed, but the beacon of liberty still burns brightly.
I'll agree with the burns.
Yes. I mean, the biggest fires make the most light anyways, don't they?
I'll give you that. So, which do you feel is most honoring the pirate confederacy state of America? Is it Florida? Or is it any of the other East Coasters that you think's the heartland?
My God, Florida is the heartland of anything. I mean, probably Virginia's actually been pretty surprisingly untouched by all the trash fires that have been happening in North America.
Hmm.
The one place that burns the most is my heart, of course, and my burning hatred at this point of Sonora. We had to deal with them, you know.
Oh, okay, right. Because I did hear some mumblings about former France before. Can you actually enlighten us as to the backstabbings?
We ceded them Baja California. They were going to join us in a protective alliance against Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being in a nice defensive alliance against Mexico, which got swole, they joined Mexico. And then, on top of that, their brilliant scheme involved ceding more provinces to Mexico.
Yeah. Okay, a deal with the devil was made, and it seems like in this timeline, France is not the United States' best friend.
How even they got out of it?
You're probably well aware of the Mexican truce ticking down right now. Is there a plan?
More fires, probably. It helps that that Japan now got its victory card in Mexico, so Mexico can't use that anymore as a dangling hook. And there are other alliances in the Americas which can be made, and cordial advances which have been made at this point already. So part of it is that Vermont is guaranteed by Brazil, but because of other diplomatic stuff, I couldn't be guaranteed, which is why Mexico declared on me and not on Vermont.
I see.
So more opportunities can arise here in the future because Jans has gotten what he wants. That Japan has got what he wants.
Okay, so you think that not having that bait for Japan is going to change things in your favor, and maybe the Brazilians don't want having swole Mexico on the border.
Very likely. At the very least, my main goals for this game have already been achieved. I became pirates and the United States. If I make it to the end, I'm going.
There we go. I like the positive take on that. All right, thanks a bunch, United States. And as 1776 approaches, I hope it's all the best for you.
Jan Hus bless.
Indeed. Righto. Who are we gonna bring in? I think we'll bring in the Johns. I'm gone mad with this power. Welcome, Japan. I'm not sure if Japan's a good name for you because you're everywhere in the world, but you've made some sweet gains. Please tell us how it's going for you.
Well, it was going very fine until like 15 minutes ago when AI Pope decided to declare war. I'm not sure why they thought they were of equal strength, but they did. And then I managed to white peace a third party in the war, Sardinia. And I didn't think I would lose the hegemony from that. I thought it's just the main war. So that is unfortunate. But I still have like almost 900 heavy boats.
Yeah, I think once the modifier is gone, there's going to be no question that you will be the hegemon again. But it's that time period that throws a bit of a question suddenly into the works. Can Japan be number one?
Indeed, yeah. It's the score I'm more worried about. I don't think anyone is going to compete on the seas. It's the score that I'm worried about. But we'll see how that works.
Yes, because Brazil is now gaining faster than you. Ming is a rising threat. They don't even have scorecards, and they have plenty accumulated.
To be fair, I only have 2 cards as well. I only have the ones, the 1K and the 2K, and those are on my home island.
So in the final session, do you think you'll be able to strike out and grab extra scorecards, or do you have another plan for victory?
I'm not sure, actually. I haven't thought about that yet. I thought I was in a really good position until just now. So we'll see.
See, in the end, it's not the players bringing the fight to Johan, but it's the AI.
Yeah. It did feel good, though, to siege down Rome. I'll give you that.
Yes, I didn't think you'd be able to go there, but since all the ecumenical soldiers were busy with Mughals, you had a great opportunity to step in.
AI is hyper aggressive.
Oh yeah, I don't know why they've got such pent up rage against the Mughals, but lucky for you, the Mughals stuck in there.
Maybe it's old habits. Since Mughals, Peter also fought Rome way back.
It's just Plenty of revenge wanted there, I think. All right, so as the final session comes, there's going to be a lot of eyes on you to see if you can maintain top spot there, but there are some other equally powerful and now more hegemonous powers out there. So best of luck for the great power of international Nahuatl Japan.
Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, we're also going to have Benin come in, because I want to hear from the Benin. Welcome, Benin. Tell us more about Africa for the Africans.
Hey! Yeah, that was fun. Like, my session was a bit weird. Honestly, I had all these grand ambitions. I made memes. I did everything to prop her up. I'm gonna get third place. Session starts. All my plans broke apart, so I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. Since Brazil dropped up half into the session, my fleet can't challenge Kilwa. So I was like, well, let's just wait until the next session. And as you can see, I have no maintenance anymore. I can't pay for my army unless I get Brazilian gold.
Oh, right. I wasn't aware. Were you being bankrolled by the Brazilians?
My troops are made out of Brazilian gold. Look at
Okay,
my force limit.
I'm actually
It's
playing with your maintenance
480.
slider. I'm playing with your maintenance slider right now, and you can't afford to pay them.
And this is with already subsidies from Brazil, which is paying for the next 900 years, 42 ducats a month. Sure, I'm giving my trade to him, but still.
Wow. Okay, I never imagined he'd be so bankrolled by Brazil. But next session, probably the final session, they will be back. You'll have more bankrolling and navy by your side. Can you perhaps divulge what Benin will be accomplishing in the final session?
Let's just say I have 3 players that are very, very interested in buying my victory cards or have fights for them. I'm split between not small places, but like Brazil, Japan.
Let's not name names, but Brazil and Japan. Okay, well, I think when it comes to loyalties, Daniel, you have to think about the true loyalty, which is to the fans. I think the fans want to see Benin truly fight for what's right.
Oh God! Like if I need to have a large fight, I have 500 divisions waiting for a big fight. This session I focused on. I became a monarchy. I switched to quantity. I trying to get absolutism as high as possible. There's gonna be a fight. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be a huge fight. As many troops as possible.
All right. We are going to be taking that as a soundbite from yourself, Daniel, and we'll hold that to you. So look forward next session for the big fight for Benin. Best of luck in that one, Daniel. Thank you. Okay, as we enter the twilight years of this dev clash, I mean, I don't know where it's going to go from here. Normally I come in with some hot take on how it is going to go, but we've got Japan on its way down, we've got Ming on its way up, scores going back and forth. I don't know ultimately who's going to be getting trophies, but if you do want to know, you're going to have to find out on the next session. So until then, from all 2 of us in the studio, cheerio. XCOM.